Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Hampton Court and the World Tennis Court for the final of the 2026 Champions Trophy, brought to you by Mitsubishi Electric. We've turned on the broadcast a little bit earlier this morning, so we can give everybody a bit of a recap, a bit of a bluffer's guide to what we've seen here at Hampton Court over the last week or so. Giles Doyle and Dan Warboys will be taking you through the action coming up shortly. And we've got currently just got the court being cleaned at the moment from a previous match. Both players starting to get themselves ready to head on to court for the final. Should be planned to start in around about 5-10 minutes or so, including their kind of warm up. So while we wait for them to appear, we can recap a little bit the things that we've seen over the last few days. We can talk about the qualifying, talk about a bit of the main draw matches, and also a bit of a look ahead to what we might see coming up in the final. So, Dan, I guess kind of to begin with, I mean, how do you sum up the whole Champions Trophy this year in general?
Exciting, exhilarating. Yeah. We had some really good matches, some surprise performances. I don't think, as we were discussing off air, I don't think it's a massive surprise that we see these two in the final, but I think it's been just a really exciting tournament so far.
No, I think when we saw the kind of the list of all the people who are going to take part, I think you could kind of conclude it's probably going to be one of the most open Champions Trophies that we've seen in a very, very long time. And I think you're right. We'll kind of go through some of the matches in a bit more detail, but it's perhaps not much of a surprise that we've got the number 1 and the number 4 seed going in the final. Before we get to that, though, so let's go all the way back to Tuesday and Wednesday. We had our qualifying matches, and with some fresh faces, actually, I'd say, in the qualifying matches. We had some folks who have been playing in the tournament for a while, but also some new folks as well.
Yeah, it was really good. So we had Vaughan, who was his first time. We had Zach first time.
Claire first time.
And Benedict.
Yep.
And Will Flynn.
Yeah.
So we had quite a few actually first time participants, which was nice to see, and all put in a great performance. I think Vaughan coming through his group so well and strong in his first one was not necessarily, like we were saying, it wasn't necessarily a surprise that he did well with his past performances, coming hot off winning the Ivan Ronaldson Trophy.
Yep.
But how dominant he was in that qualifying against quite established pros who'd played this tournament before was nice to see.
Yeah. Do you have a favourite match out of that? We obviously had there's a lot of matches there. So we had 12 matches going on over 2 days. Is there kind of one you want to pick out?
I had a couple that I really enjoyed in qualifying. One of them was the Nino Marola versus Will Flynn match.
Okay. Yep.
9-8. I just think the drama of that. Will was just on fire. But then Nino to save 3 match points and then be so clinical. He got 1 match point, took it straight away, and you had to feel for Will at the end of it because you could see he put out these brilliant situations and set up these points, and Nino every time just did enough and pulled out some great defensive shots to do it. And then he won that final point close to the timbre. He had to go in for the volley, it just missed, and it was just too tight. So.
I mean, for me, I think you could probably pick any match on that Wednesday.
Yeah.
We had 6 matches on the Tuesday, and I think we were talking through quite a lot of those, and you had like patches where there was some really tight tennis, but then also patches where one player was just really quite dominant. Yeah. And I think you contrast that with Wednesday, and actually you had tight tennis all the way through. Yeah. Maybe a result of people working out what they need to do to try and progress out the group, or kind of different permutations. But yes, great stuff. That sounds really good. All of those matches, all the matches and everything is available on the T&RA website for you to catch up on as you wish and as you need. So that then takes us through into the main draw matches. We obviously have the very kind of peculiar format going on with the Champions Trophy. So we've got that showing up all on the screen here. So we probably don't have time to go through each one in stacks and stacks of detail. But do you want to kind of pick out? Do you want to pick out like 2 or 3 of those matches, Dan, that kind of struck you? You know, just the kind of the scoreline or kind of the matches themselves.
There's a couple. Definitely the Schenkman versus Hamilton. The way Rob Schenkman played and was so dominant against Vaughan, who again came in on such a hot streak and had all that qualifying matches. For Rob to come out and perform like that, I think was just a great tournament tennis performance. Just that more experience.
And just to kind of sorry to
no,
interrupt
go
you there,
for it.
But also. You know, Rob Schenkman, he's obviously a popular podcaster, and he's kind of he's talked about, particularly with this format and this event, actually that kind of 5th and 6th seed position is a really dangerous position to be in, because you're coming up against someone. He came up against Vaughan, who's come through. He was meant to come through 3 qualifying matches, ended up coming only through 2.
Yeah.
But dialed into the court, knows exactly what's going on. You know, Rob's only had practice courts.
Yep.
And then suddenly he's got to go straight from that into a knockout match against someone who's on red hot form. That can be a massive trap.
Yeah.
For kind of, I guess, the kind of the better kind of seeded players. But I think you're right. I think that was a very clinical performance, I think, there from Rob. I think Rob is clearly at a point in his career he's not got beyond the quarterfinal stage at this event. And I think for him, I guess he's going to want to start getting into those kind of semi-final positions if he's really going to want to push ahead with the ranking. Any other matches we saw there that kind of appealed to you, Dan?
I think the Bryn Sayers versus Nikki Howell match as well was a little bit like the semi-finals yesterday. They were so dominant in 2 of the sets, and then the 3rd set was so tight and controlled, and it was really down to the wire. I just think for drama, and I mean, I can't remember how long that game went on for in the end, but it was over 2 hours, wasn't it, of just solid, brilliant tennis. So that was another one that really stood out with me. Just had a bit of drama and excitement, and it could have gone either way at the end. Yeah,
and I guess also, particularly again, you know, we think about Bryn's match against Nino the day before.
Yeah.
You know, Nino was very close to taking the first set.
Very
close to taking the first set. He was very close to really causing some damage with causing a bit of an upset there with Bryn. But I think once he'd converted that first set, Bryn, you kind of felt like he probably had the rest of the match kind of sewn up. See the players just. I think we just saw the toss taking place. We've got few sort of official photographs with our 2 finalists there. Tim Edwards, who's been he's probably been one of the hardest working folks here all week long.
I haven't seen his full face because it's always been partially covered by the camera.
He's done an absolutely cracking job, and he's a man who obviously knows this game very well, and he's very mindful and very respectful of how the players are going. I guess if we just go back to how we saw the main draw, were there any kind of big surprises or kind of shocks there for you?
Well, I think one of the big talking points is, interestingly, that both of these 2 lost their original quarter-final match, and they've still managed to work their way into the final. So it would have been interesting to see if Steve had ended up playing Ben Taylor-Matthews again, if it had been a similar result, because Ben was so dominant in that game against Steve.
Yeah.
And obviously Nick lost against Rob.
Yep.
And then they both lose in the semi-finals. So it's interesting. I think that's not maybe the biggest shock or a massive surprise, but to lose that quarter-final and then make it into the final, I think is kind of one of the quirks about the tournament, which makes it really interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I think we probably haven't done our full research on this. I was meaning to try and see if we could find if there have been other iterations of this event where both finalists actually lost one of their matches. I know certainly in the past you would have one player who would just be very dominant, win on Thursday, win on Saturday straight through. But yes, you're right. There's a fascinating quirk here with both players losing a match but still finding themselves.
Which obviously you don't see very often, especially in a real tennis tournament.
No,
so
absolutely, no, for sure. Can I push you towards a player of the tournament? I think I have to admit I'm kind of struggling a little bit. I think we've seen top quality tennis. I think all across the board. I'm struggling to kind of pick out one person.
It's really hard because there's been so many fantastic individual performances throughout the whole tournament for different reasons. I think we were talking about this before, and we were talking a bit last night. I think we both felt that maybe Steve was both of our top picks, just because this is his opportunity to get over the line with this, and he's been playing so well. I mean, yesterday he played amazingly against Rob, especially after that first set.
Yes. Yeah, that was a real topsy-turvy game of tennis, wasn't it? He just really got off to a flyer and held on. And we thought Rob was going to, after winning the other set, he was going to come back into it. But Steve was just so dominant in that final deciding set. So for me, Virgona takes it, but I suppose it's kind of like the easy pick as well. So I've cheated a little bit, but there's been so many great. Like Claire's performance in this has been great. For sure.
First female to play in the Champions Trophy, and then also getting first win, which is really historic. I think fantastic.
I'd
there's just been loads of little individual bits where you kind of just think that's been brilliant for them personally.
Yeah, I'd say for me, I think my kind of pre-tournament kind of pick, I think, was Bryn.
Yeah.
I think I would have. He's really kind of got himself back into some really, really good form following that kind of hip replacement he had a little while ago. He's obviously come in as kind of the 5th, 6th seed.
Yep.
But he really gave the impression of someone who could really do some damage in the in the event. And I guess kind of in the end, he was fairly lucky at points to get past Nino.
Yeah.
But he was also, I'd say, fairly unlucky not to get past Nick.
Yeah. Yes.
So that probably shows everything that I know about pre-tournament favourites. But there we go. That's all. That's kind of by the by, really. We'd love to hear your views about who would you pick as a player of the tournament. Any kind of standout performances. Anyone who really kind of shone for you over the week. Do let us know. We've got the comments on this laptop just here. I think we'd probably also give maybe some kind of honourable mention, maybe to someone who didn't have a great Champions Trophy. It's kind of not very kind to say, but I think Lewis Williams has probably had a week to forget.
Yeah, you've got to feel really sorry for Lewis. He kind of came in, his situations with it being in between clubs makes it a little bit harder. And like you said, he's come in actually looking quite strong on paper, and it's not, again, we're talking about individual performances. You'd say the Benedict win against him on paper is massive for him personally.
Sure.
You can see how much it meant to him on court, but for Lewis, you've got to look at the other end thinking, actually, Benedict played incredibly well. And like you said, it's kind of, there's always one player, unfortunately, that however good you are, you always just have a tournament that ends up not being how you are. We've all gone into tournaments expecting to get a certain way and getting knocked out in the group stage. And Lewis, even though you may have put Nino and Vaughan as the two favourites to qualify from qualifying, you'd have said that he would have been close at the beginning of the week.
No,
and unfortunately, it just hasn't transpired like that for him.
No, I think you're right. I think Lewis coming through us with a 0 from 2 ball, 0 from 3 if you count the walkover as well. I'm sure once everything's sorted with his move to the USA, he can refocus.
He's got a lot going on, hasn't he?
He's got a lot going on, and we wish him all the well with the big move over to the USA. Let's switch our attention now to the two folks competing in our final this lunchtime. So the players have just swapped ends. So down at the receiving end, we've got top seed Nicky Howell, world number 3, and he's had a good week. I think this is probably one of the first tournaments he's been top seed in, or certainly not many seeds that he's been top seed in. He competed in the final last year. and I think actually has also said quite openly, just got absolutely stitched up by John Lumley.
Yeah. I mean, John was so dominant in that final last year, wasn't he? But John was just on fire.
Yeah, and I think Ben has said in, again, various podcasts that like his head was not in the right place for that. He was pleased to have made the final, but really didn't bring his A game on that one. Did bring his A game 2 years ago when he beat Ben Taylor Matthews to take the 2024 title.
He just looked super relaxed all week as well as in Nick. I thought, obviously he's played in a lot of big tournaments and massive matches in the past, but being that number 1 seed puts a little bit of extra pressure on you, and actually he's really responded well to that, and I think he's just grown into it.
Meanwhile, down the other end, we've got Steve Virgona, world number 6, 4th seed in this event. We've made a lot of attention about the fact that he's the only left-handed player in the draw, which I think we're definitely going to see that dynamic really kind of play across the matches that we're going to see, the match we're going to see unfold. Champions Trophy is a bit of a gap in his resume. He's only ever made the semi-finals here before, but has won basically everything else. There we go. Competition a couple of years ago. So reaching his first final will represent a very good win for him there. We got a decent kind of head-to-head. These guys have been playing on the tour for a number of years, so we have a rich seam of matches to look back on. The one that I want to kind of pick out from here is our second entry here. It's the French Open final about 9-10 months ago. That was the one that completed the career Grand Slam for Steve. And also been a bit of a blip in the rivalry between these two of late. More recently,
Nicky coming back on top.
Nicky kind of coming back on top. I think we are almost getting ourselves ready to go. Dead On is very nicely full. Top galleries are nicely full. Jack Joseph's. We've got the back of Jack Joseph's heads. But he's focused on the match, so that's okay. We've got Jack Joseph in the markers box this lunchtime. And I think with that, we are probably ready to get started. So we will let Jack introduce the players and get underway in this year's final of the 2026 Champions Trophy, brought to you by Mitsubishi Electric.
Okay, welcome everyone to the final of the 2026 Champions Trophy, sponsored by Mitsubishi Electric. On the serving end, representing the Racket Club of Chicago, number 4 seed and world number 6, Steve Virgona. On the hazard end, representing Aiken Tennis Club, number 1 seed and world number 3, Nikki Howell. The format is best of 3 6-game sets. Steve to serve first. Lovell.
All right, off we go.
Now, I was about to say, it'd be interesting to see how Steve
up.
starts this.
Out of court.
Because I'm guessing he's going to want to eliminate that cut volley. I thought he'd go for sidewall first.
He's half a yard.
For that reason alone.
30 up.
Lovely shot.
Great shot.
He's off the mark.
30. (40-15), one chase.
Yeah, I
Half a
feel
yard.
for someone like Nicky, that's just going to be a free hit today on this court. It comes off so nicely for him, and he reads it so well. What he was doing against Rob yesterday was that sidewall coming down, just eliminated that threat from either a big shot, a force, or a volley. I think that's what he's going to have to do.
40-15,
I was
the
going to say,
serve
that shot he
leads.
did there from around his back coming
Chase
off the
half a
tambour,
yard.
that is a man who is clearly very relaxed.
He's very relaxed.
Very
He looks
relaxed.
great. Like, you know.
Half a yard. Lost the chase. And the game, serve leads.
First game.
1 game to love.
Some oohs and ahs there as that comes off the bottom of the bando.
Good leave. Nice finish. Yeah, he means business today.
He means business.
15 love.
Capitalise on a bit of a wild swipe there from Steve.
Dirty love.
Coming right off that frame.
Dirty love. Forty love. Game to serve up.
Nicky just getting that pressure on early.
Server leads.
2 game
Two games
lead.
to luck.
Yeah, two games in less than 5 minutes. They've been quite rapid affairs.
That's just how Nicky will want it.
Exactly.
$15 love.
Ooh.
Oh, that's a
30 love.
quite a nasty little bounce down here at the service end. Nick continuing to work out where that was. Save it for later.
Out of court. 40 love.
Just go in the green trimming.
Fault. Chase worse than 5. 40 love on chase.
So let's jump into some of the chats. Let's keep the chat going on as much as we can today. Ben Yorston, biggest sports there, the fixture here. You are absolutely spot on. Absolutely spot on, my friend. While Tom
Carew Hunt.
Tom, good to have you joining us as well. Double screen with the
Score is
David
40
Cole
love,
trophy
server
from Lords.
leads.
I'd do yourself a favour, Tom. I'd switch that off.
Chase worse than 5.
Come back to this.
Worse than 5.
Put it on both the screens, Tom.
nice depth
15,
into that
40.
boast.
He's trying to mimic what Steve's been doing with that chunky boast.
Game to the server. 1 game to 2. Receive it.
Oh,
Nice
lovely
shot.
length. Great length.
15 love. Chase the line. 15 love.
Oh, very nice. Really great tennis.
2 chases.
Great read by Steve there,
15 love.
but
Receiver
Nicky just
leads
finding the
line
gap.
and 2 and 3.
But I think we need to take a look at the volley that I think Steve managed to get back at the forehand volley he got
15 love,
off the base of
receiver
the
leads,
base
chase
of
the
the
line and 2 and 3.
base of the bando. Might be coming up here, but his reactions were something special.
15
nice
love,
finish.
receiver leads, chase the line. $15 chase 2 and 3.
There's a lot of frame in that.
It's a
Great
really good
serve.
serve.
Really good serve.
15, 70. Chase 2. 30-15.
Ooh,
40-15, 1 chase.
great serving by Nick there.
Great
Chase
serving,
two.
but also again kind of couple of bits there where I think both players may be kind of struggling to catch some of the kind of idiosyncrasies of the court. You know, Nick was struggling with a bit of bounce down there. Maybe that caught a bit of a strange bounce. I think the penthouse here is normally quite reliable, but yeah, a bit strange there.
Got some Australian viewers.
40-15,
Our Australian
receiver
contingent
leads,
tuning in.
chase 2.
Good to have you with us, T-Mac and Kerry. We'll come back to your
Yeah,
comment in just a
chase 2.
second. Chase 2 yards. Steve will take the PK.
Fail better than 2, 1 chase. And the game. 3 games to 1.
Steve not happy
Ball up,
with
Steve.
the chase judgment on that one.
Receiver leads 3 games to 1.
We've got a couple of camera crew folks here. We might see if we can get a bit of a replay on that chase. But it's 3-1 to Nick.
15 up. $15
Yeah, finding that trademark shot.
30-15.
Yeah, we're definitely going to see more of those this afternoon.
Well, 30 all.
Seeing a replay of that chase.
Fault.
Half a yard better.
I'm going to say it was better than 2.
Fault. Double fault. 40-30. Fault.
Another great finish.
It's a great finish to
Game.
get him up
Receiver
to.
leads 4 games to 1.
Racing into the lead.
Chase the line.
Sometimes it's just your day. Steve opting for a cap.
Which I'm going to say is a very curious observation for to come on to when we change
No
ends.
strokes.
I have a real curiosity about the lighting here.
Fault. Better than
He's
2.
just getting such a great line and cut
Two
on that today,
chases.
isn't he?
No strokes the line and better than 2.
So I think, so there we go. So I think there's a curiosity about wearing a cap here. So RTC has lights that point up to the roof and
strokes,
then
2
come down.
chases, the
So
line
unlike
and
I think
better than
most
2.
other clubs in the world where you've got lights that come straight
Mhm.
down, what it does mean is that when you are looking up, and obviously you're doing a lot of you're going to do a lot of serving here, you don't have that kind of glare of the lights coming straight into you. A man who knows all about this, definitely, Michael Day, former chairman here at
No
Tennis Courts,
strokes.
watching from Edinburgh. Great coverage and
Chase
commentary.
the line.
Good to have you with us, Michael.
Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks for tuning in.
It's a really great serve
50
again by
love.
Nicky.
Michael, one of the
Seven
architects
leads.
of trying to get the Champions Trophy set
Chase
up in the
better
first
than
place.
2.
So I'm sure he'd be pleased to see how it's matured since he's moved.
Lost the chase, fell worse
Ooh.
than 2. 30 love.
There's a little bit of panic and then
There was a little bit of panic there for Mick. He was right on top of it. I don't think he could have.
no.
He cut it
He had
pretty
it.
fine to make the judgment call.
Last gallery. 30 love.
Smart tennis by Steve.
There's the chase, worse than 2.
Way worse than 2. Wow.
40 love, 1 chase.
Wow, because it's a Nicky Howell shot with no pace.
Yeah.
And
Last
It's a
gallery.
lovely shot.
It's a
Beautiful
lovely shot. And Steve really kind of struggling to get himself across and over to that. Really quite surprising.
What Steve was doing really well yesterday against Rob was he was just creating such a wide court for Rob
Score
to,
is 40 love. The receiver
have to
leads.
move into.
Last gallery.
which he's not been able to do so far.
So we've got some more comments here from Maxi. I think we can come back to this one. One thing I am going to say, Maxi, is that if you're not careful, you're going to get a phone call from us with a job offer to come up here and chat into a microphone.
40 love.
Fantastic insights.
Receiver leads. Chase the
Fantastic
last
insights
gallery.
you're bringing in the chat. Meanwhile, Nick Howell has got a big opportunity to take a 5-1 lead.
5-1.
Game to the receiver. Receiver leads 5 games to 1.
An explosive first 6 games.
Yeah, and I think this is, the numbers there are looking
Double
a bit scary for Virgona fans.
Chase the line. Level. $15 up. Ball up, please, Nicky.
I think Steve even just muttering to himself, he's worried about the sun coming through on the big windows.
15 up.
That sun's not going to move quickly.
Bolts.
Is the same for both players, though, at least.
It is the same for both players.
1 fault. Yeah. Oh, sorry. 1 fault. Second serve.
Nice. Nice length from
30
Steve
love.
there.
Shot. Really nice.
Steve adjusting his serving position to be in the shade
Chases.
of the court there.
Yeah, you can
30
see
love. The
he's
receiver leads.
very
Chase
close to the
line
penthouse.
and half a
still
yard.
trying to work out, and you'd think that particularly being with that left-handed railroad, you really don't want to be standing
No.
basically on top of the wall, do you?
Go to Maxi's point. It's something that we're cut up into 2, but it's something we've
30
touched
love.
on.
Receiver leads. Chase the line. $40 love.
Nice tight shot down the line there by Steve.
40 love. Chase half a yard. Lost the chase. 15-40.
You need to do it the first time to defend that dead on force.
I'll take that as a bit of a let off. 2-5.
2-5.
2 games to 5. Server leads.
Most of that coming through some unforced errors from Nicky.
15 love.
And yeah, Steve putting under that pressure, causing those errors. Wasn't what he was
15
aiming for, but
No.
he'll take it.
Very loose and loopy.
Wow.
That's the response. That's the
Half volley,
response.
backhand half volley into the grill. Like a line.
Chase 2.
Yes. Another really nice
30-15.
nice shot down that line.
Found his way through.
40, 15,
Brings
one
up
chase.
set point.
2.
So yeah, so we're going back to
Yes.
to Maxi's point. So
As we were saying before on here, this dead on is so wide, it's so hard to cover that shot, especially when you've got players like Rob and Nick who
Score is
are so
40,
accurate
15,
with
the
that, and if you give them
receiver
that extra 2-3 inches,
Chase
it makes
2.
it so easy for them. And the cut volley, like we were saying,
40,
it's
15,
to eliminate
receiver
both
leads.
of those options incredibly
Chase
hard.
2.
yes. So a couple of set points now for the man from Aiken. Needs to beat Chase 2.
Chase
set.
first set.
Incredible first set there by Nick Howell. Absolutely on fire.
Absolutely raced through.
He's
22
Seven.
minutes.
I'm not surprised that Steve is going to take a toilet break now.
It's been pretty relentless stuff.
Guys, you've got any comments, please? This is a good time to get in the comments. We're trying to fill some space. Here are the set one summaries up.
Yeah, and I think so. I mean, 6-2 I think is quite quite indicative. Like points one number. You're pointing to that there. 26 points to Steve's 13. I don't think we had any juice games in that at all. It was fairly one-sided, but we've got some parity on the points served.
Yeah.
Point serve percentage, but also that serves one number, 68%. I think is probably one of the highest we've seen all week long.
Yeah, and that railroad is just it's working so well for Nick today, and it's not working the other way around for Steve. I don't know if it's the sunlight or something's gone. He's just not quite getting the purchase that he was getting yesterday.
No, absolutely. Yeah, I think a bit of a pause here. We saw quite an incredible reset from Rob Fay, actually, in the semi-final against Steve yesterday. Suddenly just led to a renaissance. Steve's going to have to hope that he can muster up some magic there as well. Some great shots there of the dead-on and of the top galleries as well. We've got pretty much a full house here for
brilliant.
Just ticked over into lunchtime here in the
Receiver
UK.
leads one set to love, second set, Lovell. Oh! Hazard, second gallery, no strokes. Sorry guys, can we just make sure our phones are on silent? Thank you.
Technology, hey?
The cap comes back on. Trying to see if he can find his spot.
Bolt! Stroke.
It's a fantastic shot there by Nick.
15 up. One chase, Hazard second gallery.
Just ditch the hat again quite quickly.
15 up.
Oh, it's good hands from Steve.
30 love.
He did well to get anything on that at all.
$15.30.
That's nice play.
Such an
That's
effective
really
shot.
nice play.
And that's the area we were sort of
30
targeting
all.
against Rob yesterday.
Chase better than 6.
2 chases.
30 all, 2 chases. Hazard second gallery and better than 6.
It's a nice view of the wall.
We've got a couple of camera operators here operating some of our replays. We've got some. We've had some great camera angles this week.
It's great seeing the movement of the players and these.
Yeah, and it'll be curious that you.
Oh,
there you
look at that!
go.
Yeah,
That was the
second gallery.
that's what you were asking for.
That's the one you're kind of hoping for.
All. Hazard second gallery. Hazard.
What a get!
Wow, that was
So
so incredibly
rapid.
tight.
40-30.
Right up
Chase
against that
better than
Tampa wall.
6. Lost the chase, fell worse than 6.
Yes.
And the game, Serverlees
Still
1
one-way
game to
traffic at
none.
the moment in this final.
Yeah, particularly, we've seen, you saw that statistically 70% serves won. Steve staying down there is going to hurt him.
Hazard better than a yard. No strokes. Hazard better than half a yard, 2 chases. No strokes. Hazard better than a yard and Hazard better than half a yard.
And I think the fact that that's the fact that Steve needs to get the serves, and
Yes.
he's got to kind of build some momentum down here.
He's
Indicative of leaving those 2 hazard chases. More great insights from Maxi.
No strokes. First chase is
thank you for that,
Hazard
Maxi.
better than a yard.
Never too
Hazard.
early. I think we've got some of our American friends waking up as well,
Yeah,
tuning in to
brilliant.
see their man Nicky doing well.
Oh.
The second set.
doing the business so far.
Oh, double fault. 15 love.
Second
Hazard
double fault,
better
I
than
think.
half a yard. Hazard.
Yes.
Thirty love. Ball up, Steve. Very love.
No, it's not him.
Last gallery.
Really great result there to nick it into that rest.
30 love.
Yeah, the edges of this grill have been
Oh, peppered.
absolutely horrifying this week.
Chase worse than 2. 30 love, 2 chases. Last gallery and worse than 2.
I'm going to go and pick up a couple of things in the chat, which I'm going to
Yeah,
very
we
much
may have
focus
missed.
on. We may have missed. So Turbo Tolbo, Simon Talbot Williams, by any other name, speechless.
30
Now,
love, Serverlees.
Susie has
2
very
chases. Last
rightly
gallery
noted that
and
for 2
worse than
reasons.
2.
Firstly, that's very rare for Simon Talbot Williams to be speechless.
30
Secondly,
love,
he's in the
last
upper
gallery.
gallery here, so we can say whatever we like. You have to watch it on the catch-up.
Yeah. I'm looking at Sue Haswell's face, and I don't think
40
she
love.
thinks he's been speechless.
Chase worse than 2. Won the chase.
Really
I think
nice
that
shot. There they are,
15-40.
next to Mike Carter, Prestige founder.
What up? Chase. Worse than a yard. 15-41 chase.
And start seeing Nick racing around from different sides. One thing that perhaps might not be so much of a factor in this match will be kind of, I guess, fitness and fatigue. This is so for obviously folks joining on the broadcast. This is comfortably the coldest day.
It's really nice on court today.
It's really nice on court. It's probably only going to be about 23, 24 degrees.
15-14,
relatively speaking, it's actually really quite nice.
Chase worse than a yard.
Both players have had to have both players have played 3 matches. They both gone the distance in some of those as well.
What's the chase? Ball up, please.
But you're going to think
30,
that only
40.
really with half an hour of match play gone at the moment, they should still be feeling pretty fresh still.
Yeah. I'd imagine, especially Nick.
30-40, receive it. Chase, better than a yard.
Losing a set like that can be mentally so draining.
30-40, the server leads.
We're still
Chase better than a yard.
Steve is searching for a serve, any serve that will work. Just saw the left-handed drag serve being tried out for the first time. Absolutely dispatched back down here for a better than a yard chase. That's not a good return on mixing up the serve.
I'd love to see if he can get that sidewall going again, like he was doing
30-40,
really well
server
yesterday.
leads. Better than a yard.
Finish.
That's a great response.
Brings it to juice.
It's our first juice of the match.
Oh,
Much more
Advantage server.
plum grill target there. Followed by Nick Railroad.
I mean, 1-2, yeah? Why waste time?
Server leads. 2 games to love.
Feels like a long way
15
back.
up. Time.
It does feel like a long way back. I'm being reminded of this match last year. Nicky lost that to 2 in love.
It does feel
Barely
very
an
similar.
hour.
Mm.
Thirty love.
Nick serving has just been on fire so far today.
Forty love. Chase worse than 3. 40 love, 1 chase.
This is finish into the den on there. Luckily the net is still intact.
I mean, on the basis of
Score
some of the
is
players
40
we've
love,
had this
receiver
week,
lead.
Yeah.
it will have had quite
Chase
a
worse
severe
than 3.
examination.
Yeah, it's definitely been tested.
Definitely been tested a few times.
Got Owen Saunders up there.
Yeah, it's been
40 love, receiver leads.
well represented by RTC members.
Chase worse than 3.
With some of our junior folks as well.
Bold. Game. Receiver leads. 3 games to love. Second set. 15 love.
Bit of a rare racket error there from Nikki, dealing with the timbre.
Chase 2. 15 love. 70.
Oh, it's just
Got
made
it
it over.
back.
Hazard worse than the door. 2 chases.
Got some support for Steve in the chat.
Darcy
Score is
Glaber, I
50 love, the receiver
saw Kerry
leads.
was also posting a bit earlier as well, so we
Chase
didn't
2
get round to your
and Hazard
comment.
worse than door.
Kerry, one-way traffic. Come on, Steve. Worth also remembering that it was 12 months ago. You would both have been watching this through the window in
15
your
love,
apartment.
receiver
You're
leads.
probably
Chase
watching
2
it from a very different
and
window
Hazard
now.
worse than the door.
Great to have you joining us from Ballarat this evening. Hope you're all doing really well.
Chase 2.
Had to play
Lovely
those.
shot.
Had to play them.
So
30
much
love.
cut on it.
Hazard worse than the door. Hazard.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
15-30. Chase the first gallery. 30-15. Receive it. 40-15,
Nice
one
shot.
chase. First gallery.
We've also got more comments coming in. I'm absolutely loving all these comments coming
it's
in.
great.
Dan. It's really comforting to have so many people around the world joining us. Howling at the Moon, one of the best usernames I
It's
think I've seen on
fantastic,
YouTube.
yeah.
Keep playing beautifully. Keep it up, Nikki. Yeah, your man Nikki is absolutely steaming ahead at the moment.
40-15, the server
Beautifully
leads.
is the
Chase
way
the
to
first gallery.
describe it. Oh,
On the chase. 30-40.
Wow.
Catches the edge of the last gallery opening. Creates some real mayhem there. Bouncing back out to the corner.
71%.
That's terrifying. That's a really scary number. If you're a Steve Virgona fan.
Yeah, nice.
It's 1 game to 3. Receive it.
Right, he's on the board. First grill. Can he capitalise on this?
Ball up, please, Nikki. 15 love. Well.
Wow.
Chase, worse than 2.
Wow.
What great play.
15 love, serve leads.
Oh, he's found it.
Can have a good finish. Just slowing the tempo up, Steve,
30
last
love.
game.
Chase.
Nice.
Better than 2.
Such a whip on it.
2 chases.
Worse than 2,
30
better than
love.
2.
Steve was so out of position trying to react to that. He was kind of standing almost where the ball was hitting hitting the gallery wall. It's not kind of anticipating that at all.
Yeah, it's almost like he's trying to cut those off, but
30
it's
love,
just
receiver
not being able
leads.
to get there fast
Worse
enough.
than 2 and better than 2. Chase, worse than 2.
Couple of chases around the 2-yard mark.
30 love, receiver leads, worse than 2. Lost the chase, fell worse than 4. 15-30.
Yeah, that was some way
Better
short.
than 2. Lost the chase.
Jumping out.
30 all.
Nice finish by Steve there. Great pick up from the corner.
40-30.
Made a hard shot look very easy.
Second gallery.
He'll be very pleased with that
30,
outcome.
1 chase.
There it is again. Just pushed in that direction.
It's going into the chat again. John Watkins, who I thought you would have been here today, John.
Yeah.
Surprised to see that you're not around, but that's okay. Nicky's game looks rock solid. Going to have to take a lot for Steve to come back, but stranger things have happened.
Famous last words.
Well,
40-30, serve leads.
momentum is, I guess, a little bit with
Second
Steve at
gallery.
the moment. He's got a chance here to peg back.
Yep.
Peg back the scoreline.
Second gallery.
He needs to keep serving, though.
Mm. Just too good.
Juice.
He's coming far up the court, isn't he, Steve?
Second gallery. Juice.
Nick seeing the urgency to get back down that end.
Chase. Worse than last gallery.
Getting 2 chases.
Juice, 2 chases. Second gallery and worse than last gallery.
You might not be picking up on the microphones. This will be a factor that
Got some country music today, I think.
affected both players yesterday. We've got a jousting and falconry display going on at literally right outside the court. So if you are hearing a little bit of music coming in, it
Juice.
might count as a distraction for both
Second
players.
gallery
It's-
and worse than last gallery. The first chase is
we had
the
exactly the
second
same yesterday,
gallery.
so they are going to be accustomed to that.
Second gallery.
Oh!
Serve point.
Now, is that? I don't think that was in winning
Advantage.
gallery.
Server. Chase worse than last gallery.
Getting a few
I think
shakes of the head all
second,
around.
second gallery. Hazard second.
Yes.
That has been
Server. Server leads
rightly
4 games
pointed
to
out.
1.
It doesn't matter because he won the chase.
It doesn't matter. Won the
and
chase.
he will not care.
He's won the game, and he's
2 games away
he's 2
from
games
a
away.
title.
Steve's going to be disappointed with that. He had a good few game points there, and that's been lost with return of serve into the net. And actually, previously a good rally that just found its way to the second galleries.
Nice shot.
Not seen many of those kind of 1-2s, but they
Very effective.
Very effective.
Oh
no!
Just clipping the timbre.
30 love.
Catching Steve off guard.
Forty love.
Wow, 40 love.
Lovely shot.
Yeah.
Really, really lovely shot.
15-40.
Steve needs to stop this momentum. This could be over very quickly.
Bowl. Second set.
That's a super shot by Nicky there.
Game.
He was able to get to that and then just take all the edge off
Server
it.
leads 5 games to
He's
1.
1 game away
From the title.
Champions Trophy
2026.
redemption from last year.
100%.
Oh, really good tennis.
If Steve's going to find a way back, he's going to have to make Nicky play shots
15
like
up.
that, running him around.
Thirty love.
It's a really nice
Great
shot.
return, great response.
Lovely backhand volley by Nick there.
15-30. Chase better than second gallery. 15-30. Second
Two
gallery,
chases.
2 chases. Can we get the basket of balls, please?
Steve will be very pleased to get those 2 over the line.
Absolutely.
Score is 30-15.
The way that Nick's been serving.
Receiver lead, the server leads.
I think something that's quite so.
Better than second
Here's another.
gallery and
I
second
don't know
gallery.
how much more time we might have to unleash a bit more trivia for you. So here's another quickie question for you. The RTO handicap difference between these 2 players going
Crikey.
into this match
Yeah.
is ...
Goodness me, enlighten me.
It's 0.1.
I was gonna say it must be within one point, but
It's
crikey. Wow.
0.1. It's
0.1
so you would you know,
in Howell's
you might-
favour.
you might look at that. Yeah, I think it's like 7.9 to 7. Plus 7.9 to plus 7.8.
Wow. 0.1.
0.1 difference.
That's
Which you know, if you look at that against any 2 players,
30-15,
you
server
think
leads.
we'd be in for
Better
3
than
long
second
sets.
gallery
Yeah.
and
6-5
second
each
gallery.
time.
The first chase is better than
just gives you a
second
real
gallery.
feel for how Nicky's been performing.
Yeah. Great shot.
That had to go. That had to be a winner.
40-15. Chase the second gallery.
Punishing a very loose shot off the penthouse there from Nick.
Fantastic play by
Really
Steve.
good response.
That gets him to 2.
2 games to 5. Proceed, please.
You never know what can happen.
$15 love.
Out of interest, Giles, do you have the duration of the final last year?
I don't off the top of my head. I do know.
Last gallery.
Good finish. He wants to get down this end.
15 love. Vote.
Oh, great rest there. Fascinating.
30 love.
So Steve's getting these service points up to 44%.
Yeah,
It was
it's a-
down in the 30s earlier on.
It's a big jump up.
It's nearly a yard worse than last gallery. 2 chases.
So
Yeah, sorry, I put you on the spot with that
No,
question
no,
before.
no.
so
Last gallery.
I've just
nearly
just
a
checked
yard
the
worse than last
YouTube
gallery.
YouTube video on it. So last year's final was an hour 24.
Wow.
Bear in mind that would also have included up to half an hour of us chatting for quite a bit.
Yes.
So the whole thing could have been maybe less than an hour. I
Wow.
do know we've got a sort of a barbecue garden lunch going on immediately after this, and I do remember seeing the chef when he saw that the match had finished in an hour and a
Yes.
quarter,
Chase the last gallery.
desperately trying to get food out for everybody. We also had His Royal Highness the Duke of Edinburgh here as well, so that became a very panicked affair.
Wow.
Great.
Really
play.
great.
Really great play.
Steve
15,
is not
30.
letting this slip
Nearly a
by.
yard worse than last
You know
gallery.
he's going to fight this to the end.
40-15. All up, please.
There we go. 56,
Match
55,
point.
56 minutes in. Nick's got 2 championship points.
Wow. This is incredible.
40-15. Serve lead.
Big, big serve coming up.
That will do
That's
it.
it.
That will do it.
Fantastic performance by Nick Howell. What a performance against Steve.
6-2.
Players both shake hands in the middle, showing their appreciation to the marker, Jack Josephs. But that was a clinical victory for Nick Howell, the world number 3 number 1 seed here.
The winner of the 2026 Champions Trophy, sponsored by Mitsubishi Electric, Nicky Howell.
An absolutely phenomenal performance there by Nick.
He looks like one happy customer.
You know what? He must have had such
Thank you everyone for watching.
horrible
The
memories
presentation will take place in the club garden.
from last
Thank you
year.
guys.
And to come back and perform like that in a final is absolutely fantastic. Great for him personally.
Yeah, I mean, I think we'll kind of be starting to kind of look at some of the numbers and start kind of wrapping things up a little bit. But every part of Steve's game was just completely neutralised, wasn't it? There was no real shift or no part of that game where Steve could really show that he was on top. It was a dominant display.
No, and what Nick did really well was he just didn't let Steve get into those long rests and rallies. He nullified it and finished off the point so quickly. Very little errors, and he was forcing Steve to put extra on all those shots and create. Like Steve was ending up having to do big boasts off walls and trying to go for almost the abnormal shot, which just wasn't working. Nick was on brilliant form, and his serving was superb today. Then we saw a figure go up to, I think it was 71%. Service points won, which is incredible.
Yeah, there we go. We got the match stats there, and actually, you know, some of the things that we will have known and appreciated from Nicky Howell in the past. You know, a big kind of target pushing game. Didn't need to see that coming out very much. You know, I think he was able to play a different style of game, and see off Steve. Although you know, quite close in terms of points served. 55 to 62, but it's that number towards the bottom, 70% points won against 44.
And this really opens up the world race now, doesn't it?
Yeah, it absolutely does. So coming into this, Ben Taylor Matthews was in kind of pole position for taking that 4th spot in the world race. He had about 6,300 lead against Steve Virgona. Steve obviously hasn't been victorious here today, but that will have been cut by around 1,800, 2,000 points. So 3 more events to go in that world race.
Wow.
French Open, IRTPA, British Open. That spot is really going to be up for grabs.
Wide open now.
Yeah,
really wide open.
So I think that probably brings us towards the end of our coverage of this year's Champions Trophy, brought to you by Mitsubishi Electric. We've got kind of a few bits of admin, a few thanks for us to do. So presentation party, we're going to be doing that outside in our club garden. We will not be broadcasting that, but you will see all of the photos and all the videos on our social media channels. That will be coming up later on today. Huge thank you to our sponsor, our big sponsor for this, Mitsubishi Electric. We are really grateful for their support over the years, and particularly this year. Great to have their support, particularly with RTC members supporting the event as well. We need to give a big shout out to everybody who's made the event happen. So that will be Nick Woods as tournament director, Jack Josephs, all the markers that we've had going on. We've had a lot of stewards down here in the corridors guiding all of the tourists. We've had some more folks up here in the commentary booth. It's not just been the Dan and Giles show, because we do need to give a shout out to Ben Gatenbeek, Rob Schenkman, Jack Joseph and Bailey Taylor Matthews. Really appreciate your time taking on the microphones here. Big shout out as well to Ben and Vidana and Dave for taking on the camera and operations duty there. Amazing stuff. So the next T&RA event on here will be the British Juniors and the World Juniors. They will be coming from Queen's Club and Seacourt later on in August. But in terms of the next IRTPA event, that will be the French Open in Paris in September. So until then, enjoy your summer or enjoy your winter if you're joining us from Australia. And we will see you very soon. Enjoy the rest of your day.
See you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye.